As a poker player who travels the world to play for a living, I literally never know what's in store for me the next day. Normally, I just kind of wake up and see what happens. But on this particular day, when I woke up, I received a text from Texas Mike that would change my life. And it's funny because when I initially got the text, I didn't really think much of it. I mean, I was literally sitting at MGM National Harbor playing 1-3 when Mike texted me asking me if I wanted to go to the Super Bowl with him and his friends. Initially, I honestly thought he was trolling, but even if he was 1% serious, I wasn't gonna say no. Now, I had known and liked Texas Mike for a while now, but going to a weekend-long event where everyone else knows each other seemed a little daunting at first, even for an extrovert like me, until I met everyone. You'll see what I mean. So if you haven't figured out by now, I'm going to the Super Bowl. I am so excited. Go Eagles, baby, rah. Now, I've never been to the Super Bowl before, so I didn't really know what to expect. But when I got to the airport, I knew I was in for a treat because I looked around and everyone was either wearing green or red, but it didn't stop there.
Where that inflatable slide at?
As I made my way to the Uber, I was tempted to slow down because to my right, there's booths with traditional New Orleans street food, and to my left, there's a bunch of really sick brands. But I had a mission that night. I needed to meet up with the group ASAP because we had somewhere to be. I'm currently literally doing my makeup in this crazy wait for an Uber because I have no time and I have to get to Shaq's party in 45 minutes and my Uber's 20 minutes away. That math ain't mathin'. Ooh! Literally half the population had landed at the exact same time as me. So I decided to do everything I could to prepare ahead of time so that when I actually met up with them, there would be no more waiting. Although that probably made me look like kind of a freak. This is like muscle memory at this point. I have no clue what this is gonna look like. Hope that's blended. Ooh. Anyway, 20 minutes later, and I'm finally in an Uber and on my way to meet Texas Mike and 30 strangers. The finished look. After a very quick turnaround where I throw on the first party outfit I can find, we pull up to what looks like a kick-ass party. We have made it to Shaq. Let's have a night. To be totally honest, I had no idea what to expect at this party, but one of my friends told me that Shaq himself was the first DJ. So that was bound to be interesting. And sure enough, it was, because literally the first thing he brought out was a marching band. Very New Orleans, I'll give him that. Then Shaq himself walks up on the stage, rips off his shirt, and starts playing Kendrick Lamar. I was like, all right, Shaq, I see you. To be honest, that's like my favorite type of party too. Stuff where I know the lyrics, I'm vibing out, and I'm with good people. But something that made this a little bit extra cool was that Mike had also gotten a table, which meant we're in for a night. This is gonna be something. And it was honestly sick because at this point of the night, the A-list celebrities had started to come in. And what's even sicker is they were literally at the table right next to us. So my friend tells me to start vlogging and I capture this in the background. We're just gonna vlog and pretend like we're saying something really interesting and crazy because there's people that are cool behind us. That's a big ass pineapple that just went by. God damn. What the hell? And honestly, the rest of the night was just as insane as that opening. I've been really going on an old school rap kick right now, so when Ludacris walked out, I was pumped. Oh my God. I also forgot to mention, at the beginning of the night, Shaq had laid out these like packs of gummies on each one of the tables, which were seriously starting to come into play at this point after we did a round of shots.
I don't know how you can have an extra large gummy.
Are they psychedelic?
Y'all know bro made candy? But even though they tasted like shit, I was kind of hyped that he put them out because they low-key made a great chaser.
Oh my God, you guys, I'm so excited to do this shot. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Hinch, mustache. Okay, Kenny.
Then John Summit comes out, and about halfway through his set, our group decides to roll out because, as one of my new friends told me, tomorrow was going to be just as much fun as today. And they were not joking about that because bright and early the next day, we wake up and make our way to Bourbon Street to participate in some pre-Super Bowl festivities, if you will. It's Super Bowl Eve. We are currently on Bourbon Street trying to find a frozen daiquiri.
so it's gonna be fun. Later on, we have the Maxim party and some Brazilian steak. Before we get anything to eat though, we gotta drink, you know what I mean?
We start to walk around, and just like I expected in New Orleans, we look up and are instantly showered with beads.
Good news, I only had to show one nail for these. A discount. I'm balling on a budget.
Then we kept walking down Bourbon Street, but at this point, I absolutely loved Texas Mike's Friends. So I created 2 goals. Number 1, hurricane. Number 2, elevated surface. Not to worry though, I was successful in both of my goals.
True to form, we have made it to an elevated surface. That's a good start.
But at this point, the crowd started to get a little rowdy. So we wrapped it up, got ready, and headed over to dinner.
We are ready for the Maxim party. We are currently at Fogo de Chao, but I'm also going to give it to people watching, which is very fun in New Orleans.
Gonna be honest, that was a nice way to say everyone was shit-faced.
How many bad decisions do you think are going to be made tonight on this street?
A lot. At least 427.
Smashing the over on that one.
I always have to make it about betting.
We're at Fogo de Chao and we're full. The problem is, he is absolutely chefing over there. Are we cooked?
We're cooked, for sure cooked.
Okay, so cooked might have been a little bit of a loose term, but the problem is with me is that I love food, and whenever anyone asks me to get it, I'm not gonna say no, especially not when it's Wagyu.
I think we got like an hour and a half more of food. We do.
Now, as I had mentioned before, I didn't know a ton of people before coming to the Super Bowl with them. However, during this dinner, we had plenty of time to get to know each other, so I'm telling them I'm a vlogger, and then one of my friends, actually he was my vacation husband for the week, decides that he is going to vlog, and this is what became of that.
So, eat a piece of steak. I need, this is the first question.
Okay, it's been 30 seconds after that update. We just got served
Wagyu, yeah. On a salt rock.
It's probably good. It's very good.
Naturally, as with anyone when they vlog for the first time, that segment was boring as shit. So I gave him a chance at redemption.
What day of the week does that make you think of?
Thursday.
Okay. What about color?
Not bad, but we'll keep working on it. Then we made our way over to the Maxim party, and I didn't know what to expect since I kind of think of Maxim as pretty similar to a Playboy. But apparently I should have thought of it as 50 Shades of Grey because when I walked in, I was literally in the red room. If you know, you know. We danced, we drank, and then we dipped. And then, the next morning, we went to the Super Bowl. We're going to the Super Bowl right now. There's a pre-party beforehand, and then we're gonna be right behind the Eagles touchdown zone. Pretty sure that's what it's called. Big football fan here, big football fan. Okay, I've been recently informed that is actually the end zone, so go Birds, baby. We still got that parlay going. Need a hit. Up until this point, the weekend had felt pretty normal. I was hanging out and getting to know a really good group of people. But then we passed security and I laid eyes on the Superdome.
What a view!
And before you call me a fake fan, just know
I'm only wearing Eagles boots, but I feel like I've already been indoctrinated. Hey, geez.
you're right. But I had a lot of money on this money line.
First up, the pregame. We're here. Let's go.
Yeah, you're probably gonna notice a theme in this. I really like food. But I really, really like free food. After I got my fix, I became happy again, and then I could finally take in my surroundings. Although one thing that did surprise me was this.
Okay, we get through security, and Secret Service is the one checking us in. We get here to the pregame, and there's snipers walking around. What's going on?
I may have overlooked the fact that this was a high-profile event, but no matter, it was time to go to the game. And if it was possible, we needed to go really quickly.
It is about to start raining, so we need to get from here to here. Let's do it. Oh, we were too late. It's pouring.
Unlucky, but nothing was gonna ruin my mood. Especially not when I saw our seats.
This is literally the coolest thing ever. Wow.
We sit down and I start to look around only to notice that the stadium is predominantly green. And when I say predominantly, I mean like 98%. I actually think the only thing that was red was the wristbands that they made us wear for the halftime show. So remember that money line bet I made? I doubled it. I mean, come on, it was pretty much an Eagles home game. There's gotta be some advantage to that, right? Don't believe me? Listen to this. Still don't believe me? Okay, watch the Jumbotron.
I think it's safe to say there's a bit more Eagles fans here.
Bro, I swear to God, I almost tripled my bet right there. But it's really hard to 3x a bet when Patrick Mahomes is the other quarterback. Soon enough, the players were on the field and it was time for kickoff. And after that first play, I was feeling very grateful I did not 3x that bet.
First pass interference going directly to the Chiefs. Classic.
There's too many variables in sports, guys. Only bet what you can lose. Especially when Patrick Mahomes invited the refs to come celebrate with them if they won. Just kidding. But like a true results-oriented sports bettor, then the Eagles find a way to score a touchdown. And I went back to wishing that I had 3x'd my bet.
Kenny, are you going to be okay?
He's saying that now, but the game was still close. Until it wasn't. Eagles defense, out of nowhere, best game of their lives. Eagles offense, can't stop scoring. What is going on? And this is where things started to get a little crazy because these tickets are not cheap. It's the biggest sporting event in the world. And yet, after Kendrick Lamar finished performing, which, by the way, was a great performance, he literally even brought out SZA. I love SZA. Anyway, after Kendrick Lamar was finished performing, all the Chiefs fans left. And I mean, I get it, it was a blowout, but still, I kind of thought they'd stay. But yeah, that was pretty much the game. Momentum is everything, and it was going to be tough for Mahomes to recover.
Let's go. And my bet hit too. This is a win-win. Moneyline Eagles never stood a chance.
We stayed a little late to see the Vince Lombardi trophy handed out, and then headed back to the Airbnb to pack, because I had a flight in 2 hours.
All I gotta say is let's go.